confidence, peace of mind. Call entertainment lawyer Kevin Wood at 954-809-4351 to set up a free consultation and jumpstart your career with the right tools. The summer is almost here, and you can renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440-8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First Class Pressure Cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Alexandra Bello Productions presents Artistic Times Radio with Alexandra Bello, covering art events, museums, festivals, and music. We have interviews of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more. Learn about South Florida happenings and discover art firsthand while enjoying red carpets, fashion shows, and press conferences from the hand of our host, Alexandra Bello. Tune in on WNN 1470 every Tuesday night at 7:30 and on my website, ABP TV. Now, it's about to get artistic in here.
Hi guys, how are you today? I am Alexandra Bello with Artistic Times Radio, and I am excited to be here another week of greatness, of art, of the artistic movement, and everything, all the happenings in South Florida. I am just amazed, about living in South Florida and meeting such amazing people all the time. Tonight we have Marty Marrero, casting director and producer, with us, and I'm so happy that you're here, Marty. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me. Good evening, South Florida. How's everyone?
Everybody's good. I'm sure everybody's good and happy. And, remember that we are in 1470 a.m. every Monday at 7:30 p.m. And if you cannot catch us because you're not driving or nobody has a radio anymore, you can listen through your iHeartRadio application on your phone. So you can listen live right now, all right? Marty,
so no excuses.
No excuses. And you know what? If you couldn't listen live, we're going to be uploading this to Vimeo ABP TV because you know what? I want you to take a look at this interview. I mean, it's about an event happening this Friday, and I'm going to let Marty explain himself what is happening this Friday.
Sure. This Friday, we're having a red carpet event. It's like a pre-launch to my fundraiser. We're going to be doing a SAG web series horror soap opera. And this is kind of like my gift to South Florida. It's a free event, red carpet. There will be media. People are going to be interviewed. There's going to be celebrities. There's going to be artists performing. So free dancing. So you have nothing to do or right after work, go home, take a shower, change, and come join us. It's going to be from 9 p.m. to 2 in the morning. So you don't have to be there exactly at the time, but come join us at any time.
And it's on a Friday night, so you know what? You were going to go out anyway, so just change your route, and show up at the Kitchen 305 right on Collins Avenue and come to the event. There's going to be drinks, there's going to be hot ladies, hot guys, just like the same bar that you've been hitting every week or something like that. Just, go and get this glamorous experience. A little bit. I love red carpet events. I find them so interesting. And not only that, the opportunity to network and to dress up. I think life is a social experience.
Right.
It's a celebration. What do you think?
Absolutely. This is my first red carpet event. I've always been invited to them, but I never go. And I feel bad about that. But this is the first one I'm actually doing. So I have to go. Okay. I can't be Howard Hughes here, So, it's exciting. And like you said, it's networking. I am also going to look for like a crew. I am assembling a crew together for the project. And the casting process shall be happening very shortly. So there's going to be a lot of announcements at the red carpet as well. So it's going to be, we have singers, we have a hypnotist, we have actors that are students of Burt Reynolds, at Brift, which is, A shout out to Brift.
Yeah.
And of course, we have all types of other acts that are going to be there. There's like a few more surprises that I don't want to throw yet.
Yeah,
So,
don't.
and it should be a big turnout.
Yeah.
And everyone's welcome to come. Bring your friends, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, whatever. Bring your enemies too if you want. I don't care. Bring
Yeah.
anyone. Just joking, but just bring
Bring your
anyone.
enemies
And
closer.
yeah, yeah. There you go. Let loose, have fun. That's what it's all about. Is to have fun,
Yeah.
and relax, and and that's pretty much what it is.
Awesome. Now can you tell me a little bit about the entertainment happening? Like who do you have that you could say names? Or maybe like a website or a Facebook page where people can go and find these things out
Regarding the project.
regarding the event.
Okay, the event. Yes, the event you will find it's under Red Carpet SAG Harvard Web Series, and if for some reason you're not able to access the page, you can reach out to me at my email,
Yes.
which is Thespis Rose Theater. I know it's a tongue twister. It's T as in talent, H as in Hamlet, E as in entertainment, S as in script, P as in performance, I as in investor, S as in scene, the word rose like the flower, theater, THEATER at yahoo.com. And I would be more than glad to send you more information or answer any questions you may have. Unfortunately, I'm at 5,000. I don't have a fan page. People tell me, Marty, you should have a fan page. But a part of me is like, in many ways.
Why don't you have a fan page?
It's funny. I've been told to have a fan page, but part of me is like, is it being like egotistical if I have a fan page?
No, I think it's if you're doing business and you are a casting director and a producer, and I think a lot of them make a fan page, not for fans or anything, but just basically like to post the professional projects. I would say
Right.
to separate that Facebook personal page from that professional page.
Right. Right.
I'm sure you get a lot of
Yeah,
likes.
I'm open to that. I know definitely there will be very shortly my right hand. A shout out to my wonderful, beautiful.
Yeah, she's on the phone right now.
Oh, Catherine.
Catherine.
Hi, how
Hey,
are you
Kat.
guys?
I was about to mention you.
Of course.
Very shortly, I was mentioning to everyone, to all the listeners, we're going to be having a fan page for the series. So
Amazing.
and it's going to be quite interesting because we want to have certain images on the page
That are very particular to the series,
to the series exactly, and people think that this is going to be it will be a SAG project, so it's an open door to all actors, union,
Yes.
non-union. If you're non-union, you will become SAG eligible.
Yes.
If you book a role on the series, and but it's not horror like kill, 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 Jason type thing. No, it's more about issues
Yeah.
that are going on,
Yeah.
domestic violence, racism,
Yeah.
homophobia, but it has gothic elements to it. So there may be some ghosts or vampire, but it should be more story oriented. People that you will relate to, care for, and they're just put into these horrible situations. And the good thing is, it's being shot here in South Florida. So
Yeah, that's so wonderful that you guys are creating opportunity for South Florida.
Thank you.
I always applaud that. I always support it because I think that we are just on the edge of. I'm going to tell you right now because you got to go back to statistics. All right? This is the third state with more people in the United States. All right? How many millions do we have? I don't even know, but we surpassed New York like last year. Thank you to Frank Ruffolo for letting me know about, making me aware of that statistics. And I was looking today on Broward County only, and I think we have 50,000 small businesses. So, the numbers are here. The audience is here. The people looking for opportunity, they're here.
Right.
And the small businesses, I'm not saying don't go to corporations. Go to corporations, but also hit the small businesses because at the same time, they're going to be the ones that are going to be your foundation for everything that you do locally that is trying to empower the South Florida talent and the community itself because it's
Right.
going to help like sell South Florida. So it's great that you guys are doing that.
I took it upon myself because, when I first started the industry, I first of all, I left acting to become a social worker, which is unheard of. But
Yeah, tell me a little bit about.
well, I did some acting in New York, and I had a recurring role, and on a soap opera, Guiding Light, and I actually left it because I was going to school full time during the evening to pursue social work. It was just too. I think soap operas is probably, aside from theater, is the hardest thing to do.
Yes.
Theater is very difficult.
Yes.
But soap operas is so demanding. I mean, you have so much pages and pages of dialogue you have to memorize, and then you get rewrites, and it's just. And then you have different directors, so you don't. It's like playing Russian roulette. You never know what you're gonna get. You might get a temperamental director one day, and next day you have Mr. Jolly. But that's the reason why I want to do the soap opera, because I have that niche, and I know what it takes to do a nice, good soap opera, good storytelling.
Yeah.
There's so many great actors here, and unfortunately, we don't have many opportunities here. And this is as an agent speaking now. When I submit talent and we get big productions down here, unfortunately, what happens is we don't get these recurring roles, or we don't get these supporting roles, for movies or TV shows. We get the under 5 roles or extra work.
You're right.
You're right. And I'm not being negative. It's just frustrating because I see that we have a lot of great actors here and actresses, but unfortunately they, LA, New York, Canada, they don't have the same sentiment. They seem to feel like we have lackluster actors. So
and that we're lazy and stuff like that.
Right, and we're unreliable things of that nature.
Tell me a little bit about how Catherine is involved in the project. Catherine, tell me a little bit about your involvement with the project.
Well, actually, I've met Marty through a mutual friend, and I did his first show. I'm a makeup artist. That's what I do. I do hair and makeup. I've been doing it for about 8 years already. I've done a couple of projects. So within those projects, I've met him. And I'm part of the project, which it's very, very funny because when Marty told me about the SAG horror series soap opera that he was meaning to do, which was something that was in the works at the time, it was just for hair and makeup. And I mean, that's what I do. So him and we started working together even more about it, and he started saying some of his ideas. I gave him some of my ideas as well, in which I just want to make it clear that it's a SAG gothic horror soap opera, but it's more of a glam goth. I don't want no one to think that it's
nasty or dirty. Yeah,
no sleaze.
So what is going to be your position?
Trashy, no.
What is going to be your position in the soap opera? You're going to be like in production?
My position is basically to help him with production. I'm his personal assistant as well.
Executive assistant.
Yeah,
she's my right-hand woman.
I'm like his, which was a very nice surprise for me, because when he spoke to me about the project, like I said, it was just intentionally just for hair and makeup. But then he was like, Kathy, I want you to be part of it a little bit more deeper. I don't have time. Mari's a very busy man. He has a very successful talent agency. He has helped many actors, many actresses in the hundreds, and
we could say over the 500s.
Yeah,
safely.
I mean he's very busy, so for him it's just too much to handle. And I'm a people person, and ironically we know the same people. And I mean, South Florida, that the industry is very small. Everybody knows everybody.
Yes, you're right.
So he was like, Cassie, would you mind taking over and just help me? And then all of a sudden I became his personal assistant, which I'm very happy to do, because we became very good friends at the same time, and we've learned a lot about each other. And it's also a very good opening for me for my resume.
Awesome.
As well, So I'm very open into many different aspects, which is of the styling. The soap opera, from what last time we've discussed, some say that it's kind of strange, and it's kind of, how can you mix horror as a soap opera? Like, how does that fit in with goth? And
Dark Shadows. There you go.
Yeah.
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 So people automatically think, people that are not passionate about what Marty's passionate about, they're going to think automatic paranormal or ghost. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just basic. It's like, when we say gothic meaning, the early Victorian styles, that's gothic.
All right. No, I understand what you're saying. We have to go to commercials, but we'll be right back, guys. It was a pleasure having you here. And Catherine, thank you so much for being with us on the air.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you.
Kisses, my love. Bye. All right.
The beautiful and complex art world can raise many questions about copyright, trademarks, negotiations, and settlements, especially if you are an artist and entrepreneur. The key to success when doing business through art is to find a reliable, trustworthy lawyer to give you the most professional representation for your and your clients' peace of mind. Call entertainment lawyer Kevin Wood at 954-809-4351 to set up a free consultation and jumpstart your career with the right tools. The summer is almost here, and you can renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440-8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First Class Pressure Cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times. You're listening to Artistic Times with Alexandra Bello. Call into the show at 888-565-1470 and join us on the red carpet as Alexandra interviews and informs at WNN 1470 and ABP TV. Now, back to our show.
All right. We have Alan Heyman right here. He's also joining us for the interview. Hi, Alan. How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't be better.
All right. Well, Alan is an actor, and he's going to be part of the series. When they start shooting. Are you excited?
Of course.
Awesome.
I'm excited for Marty,
What
too.
can you tell me in secret about Marty that nobody knows? About what do you think about him? Isn't he great?
Oh, he's a great guy, yes.
What else can you tell me about Marty?
Well, he cares
Nobody
about
can hear you.
He cares about his people. He goes to bat for them. And I like that. He's very good at choosing the right people for the right part. And he prompts them before they go, which a lot of agents do not do.
So he's your agent for years now?
Well, since I got to South Florida, I came here about 6.5 years ago, not knowing a soul. And I must say I've got a lot of friends. Mm-hmm. South Florida has been very good to me.
Awesome. You know what? I got here about like 6 years or 7 years ago too. It's like that time when South Florida wasn't that crowded, and then everybody kind of like came to South Florida.
Right.
Well, they followed us, that's why.
I know. Now, let's talk a little bit. I know you were into acting, and you started being a talent agent, and now you're a casting director, producer. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I transitioned, even prior to the agency, I had a licensed acting school. Mm-hmm. And I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite casting directors, Ed Arenas. I love him a lot. He's a good friend of mine. He actually was the one that told me, Marty, what you're doing, because I was teaching children all the way to seniors. I had like over 80 students in South Beach. And he says, you're onto something, but you should get your license and become an agent. And I think you could really mold your talent. And voila, I opened the agency. I've been doing it for over 8 years. And I enjoy helping people with their dreams. I think anybody could send, and no offense to other agents, because I'm friends with other rival agents, but anybody could send talent to castings. I think what makes a really great agent is they sit with the talent, they tell them, listen, these are your strengths, these are your weaknesses. You're an extra. What can you do to transition from an extra to an actual supporting actor or principal actor or supporting actress or principal actress? So you take a look at it. Okay, get your feet wet, do some pro bono, do some independent films, take some acting classes. I'm always recommending Brift. Burt should be sending me a check now. I'm only kidding. But I highly recommend Brift since I don't teach acting anymore. Seldom do I teach it anymore because I'm so busy with the agency. So with the agency, even with the agency, I feel limited because sometimes, as an agent, you don't have say as to who gets the role. Okay, you just sent talent. Casting director is different. So I've already cast a lot of independent films. I've cast some commercials. In fact, I was at one point casting director for Venue magazine, which is very popular here. And hopefully I could get Herman to come too to the event. And so now I'm transitioning as a producer. Why? Because I have all these great ideas that I want to put into use and help the actors at the same time. And I think if opportunities don't come to you, you have to make opportunities. And what I want to say is, I would hope that all the filmmakers here in South Florida, instead of competing or bashing one another, we should help each other. Okay, how can we help each other? So that way we can grow and be taken seriously in LA and New York and Canada and even Atlanta, for heaven's sake. But we got to be back on the map. We really do, because it's, if I've already lost this year alone, I've already lost about 20 talent to LA. And it's understandable. There's a lot of work there. There's a lot more work. And they keep cutting the incentives. We have politicians that don't believe that, they shouldn't put money towards the entertainment. And it's really sad, really, really sad.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if opportunities can't come to you, you make your opportunities.
And that is exactly what you're doing with the SAG horror, soap opera. That is what you're doing. What type of format are you expecting? Because it's a soap opera. Sometimes they run for like a whole year, weekly or daily, for 3 months or 4 months. Right.
I want to do it in the well, obviously it's a web series, so it's a web series format, kind of like similar to back in the day. God, I'm going to show my age. Knots Landing, Dallas, where there was episodic episodes per season, and it wasn't like guiding like per se that it went every 5 days a week. No, it was just episodes per season. So that's what I want to do. And it's a little more challenging for the actors and also for the writers.
Yeah.
And I have some writers that are really talented, and I will sit with them. And we're going to go over some ideas, some stories that I want to touch for the first season. And then, of course, I'll be announcing the casting. So everyone stay tuned. And
where are you going to announce the casting?
I will be announcing it at Actors Info Booth, Backstage, Facebook. Those that are my talent, they will get an email from me from Casting Networks. And I may be using some other agents as well, because I do have a good relationship with other agents, when I do cast. So stay tuned.
Awesome. Alan, how about you?
Well, I've got that. I'm also a member of Burt Reynolds' group, and he has been very good to all of us. He's a real mentor, and all the people love him, and he's got so many talented people up there. So it's always a pleasure to go up. I've been studying acting, since I've been a kid.
And since you got to South Florida, how many projects have you been part of?
Well, I don't know. There's too many to... I can't count them, but if I look at my resume, then there's quite a few. And not all paid either. I mean, helping student actors...
But that's
sometimes is very rewarding, and you meet some very talented people. One that I can think of, a guy named Tommy Demos. He teaches now at Miami-Dade. He's fantastic. I mean, anything he does, when he does his own things, are fantastic.
And what I like about Burt Reynolds, because I have a lot of talent that come from Burt Reynolds Institute, is that it's not just that they're great actors. It's just they're like so professional. Like Burt teaches them to be professional.
Yeah.
Not to think,
They're reliable, they're ready.
Be more reliable, be prepared, take the craft seriously. It's like it's a whole different mindset that these students have at Brift. And it's always a pleasure. And I already know when I do castings, and usually there's someone new. I'm like, do you study with Brift by any chance? And they're like, yes, I can tell. You know, their resumes are professionally done. Their headshots, the headshots are impeccable. It's not printouts. Hint, hint, no printouts. And they just seem more prepared. And all my talent that do study at Brift, I will tell you this much: they enjoy being there because it's more like a family. They really gear to helping them to grow as actors.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's great. And I'm all for that.
Awesome. Well, you know, we only have 2 minutes.
Okay.
But thank you so much for being here, guys. I want you to tell everyone how to find you.
Okay.
And how to follow up with the event and everything that you do.
Right. Once again, you could try the Facebook event page under SAG Soap Opera Web Series, or you can reach out to me, Marty Marrero, or my email, thespesrosetheater@yahoo.com. Can they leave messages on your page or anything like that?
You guys can leave messages if you need
The
Marty
listeners?
Marrero.
Yeah, you can reach out to her and
just
and
go to me.
Yeah.
Marty is a friend of mine on Facebook, and the post for today's radio show has his links and everything. You can just my posts for the radio shows are public, so you know. Alan Heyman was with us too, a very experienced actor. Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure, but I always use the miles in between.
Okay,
because,
Alan Miles. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Artistic Times Radio, Alexandra Bello. Bye-bye.
Bye. Stay well.
Ciao.
You have been listening to Alexandra Bello from Alexandra Bello Productions and Artistic Times Radio. Join us every Tuesday at 7:30 and get informed in the world of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more on the Red Carpet Fashion Show. Join us next week for more red carpet treatment of Artistic Times. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors.